Hey guys, KingofFluff here, and welcome to a video that was mentioned a long time ago. The definitive KingofFluff origin story. A story about how, or I should say why, I became a Pokemon fan, a player of Pokemon, and a YouTuber. As a general statement, my memory isn't all that sharp. I can't remember things from all that time ago. It all started when I was a small child. And again, when you're small and you're a kid, your memory isn't sharp. Maybe I was around 4 or 5. But anyway, my cousin, who was a bit older and into video games, especially Pokemon, gave me his Pokemon cards. And from that moment on, I was hooked. The first time I saw these cute creatures and their designs, I knew I immediately found something that resonated with me. In fact, I still have the first ever Pokemon game I owned, Pokemon Silver, which is my favorite among the entire franchise, but that's just because of nostalgia. I admit that Silver's not the best. Anyway, while Pokemon had been out for quite some time, at this point, I was still relatively new at it. Even now, I remember that I beat the game with some assistance from my older sister, shout out, with only my water starter for Alligator and a dream. Gen 2 was my start. Alongside that, I played Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2 as a kid. My two most beloved games at that time. I love those games because it had so much to do and see in them, and they are technological marvels at the time. No Pokemon game had ever made and had 3D sprites before those games. And while they are dated, and they are also so fun and unique for what they are, no game has ever captured the 3D side of Pokemon better than the Stadium franchise, and gave the Pokemon personality. Modern games have some problems with that, obviously. But thus began the obsession and love I have had for the franchise. Love not only made me enjoy the games and play countless hours of the franchise, the anime is also a massive piece of the puzzle. A piece that doesn't get enough credit for what it did. At least from my standpoint. When I was young, I always imagined that Pokemon battles were intense battles of not only strategy, but strength, skill, and one's bond with their team. Thus, the anime captured that imagination in full. Look at some of the greatest battles that we have had in the anime's lifespan. I watched the anime from its beginning to right around the end of Generation 4. The anime lost me as I grew older, and it lost its luster for me. But the anime was the first to show the inherent beauty of the world of Pokemon, and taught many lessons I still carry on from this time. From the time that I watched the show. I will add that the anime definitely had the concepts of friendship, taking up for the little guy, that kind of stuff. It also just showed how cool this world is. Now, let's move right on back to the games. From early on, I wanted to play every mainline game, or at least try to. Some have evaded my grasp because of how young I was when I started. Looking at you, Pokemon Emerald. still bothers me that I haven't played Emerald. It really, really does. It is awful. While I didn't play a real Generation 3 Pokemon game, where you go around and collect gym badges and do all of that, challenge the Elite Four and Champion, I did, however, play a metric ton of a game called Pokémon XD Gale Darkness. I do not need to remind any of you that I may or may not have been extremely excited and pumped when it was announced for the GameCube collection for the Nintendo Switch 2. I have played, bought, and completed almost every single mainline entry, from the greatest of highs to the franchise's lowest of lows. I have played practically everything. I know a lot of useless trivia about those games. Not to mention the spin-offs. Titles that I have played. From the iconic Mystery Dungeon to the lesser known and appreciated Pokepark. If you haven't played that game, by the way, play it. It's so good. One of these days we'll get to it. I played a lot of Pokemon in my day. The game just means that much to me. It was not just a franchise that sticks with me, it's also a franchise that impacted my small brain when I was young. It didn't just do that. It made me more social and more open to talk about things. I was never really a social kid. I was very much a quiet kid. When I say quiet, I mean extremely socially awkward. And still am. If you get to know me, and a majority of my friends and family can attest to this, I will talk your ear off about all the things I am passionate about, including Pokemon. But at the time, I wasn't that way. This is where I get a little more caught up in my own emotions. So bear with me. I was always very aloof, nervous, and held back in the way I talked to people. I, of course, never ever talked about things I was interested in. I always focused on my tasks, my homework that I had to do. I was very much an introverted kid. Even as an adult, I am. I never liked going out to do stuff like parties, social gatherings. That stuff never really appealed to me. Mainly because I just didn't know anybody, and I didn't like socializing. But a lot of that, and boy howdy, do I mean a lot of that changed once Pokemon entered my life. I remember in first grade, and this is a first-hand tale. I remember in first grade, I made my first friend because of Pokemon. I saw that he had a Pokemon shirt on, and I was shocked that someone liked the same thing as me, even though Pokemon's the biggest merch brand in the world. But I immediately got the guts up somehow to say something, and we hit it off right away. Talked and talked and talked endlessly about Pokemon. Our favorites at the time, mine being Wooper, I mean just look at the guy, and Charizard, which again, just look at it, it's a fire-breathing dragon. It then developed into us spending a lot of time during recesses talking about Pokemon and the trading card game. I remember one day, I took some of my cards, and he came with his, and we did some trading for cards. I don't remember too much what I gave him. I do know I got a really cool Gaylord card. I loved that thing so much, which future me couldn't find since it's been a long time ago. He unfortunately did not stay friends but I will always remember the moment and hold it in my heart because it told me that I can talk about what I am interested in, and it's okay to have that interest. That's just a small example of what I mean by how much Pokemon in general changed me. I wouldn't have the friends I have, the social confidence to be true to myself and who I am without this franchise. It opened me up, made me social, and honestly, I owe a lot of my childhood and growth to Pokemon. When I was a kid, there was nothing else like it. Now, even 20 years later, Pokemon is still my number one thing. I love and enjoy. Sure, I play other games and love other franchises, but nothing will ever top Pokemon. And it's just been there for me at my darkest. When I start feeling sad, lonely, or depressed, I will often restart one of the games, dive in, redo an entire playthrough just to escape my stress. It's been that way ever since I was a kid, and as an adult, it just means that much to me. I cannot state it enough. Whether the games nowadays aren't always the best, aren't always original, never matters to me now. What matters to me is being able to spend time in a world where I am surrounded by creatures of all various sizes and going on grand adventures to explore the world and become the best that ever was. It was my way of escaping, getting away from this world's trouble and this world's strife. Is that always the best thing to do? As an adult, by no means. But it was a way for me to decompress and relieve stress. Whether that was collecting cards, playing the mainline games, playing the spin-offs, or even watching the anime, Pokemon has always been something that I will always keep close to my heart, whether I am good at the games or not. And I know some people think I'm bad. I do not care. If I am the best battler on the planet, it doesn't truthfully matter to me. I play the games to have fun and make a team. With Pokemon, I don't normally hear a lot of people talk about that they use on their playthrough teams. One thing I forgot to mention by this point in the video is my appreciation and love for great video game music. And Pokemon is also the starting point for that. A lot of the time that I spend playing either playing video games, working on videos, or heading to home from my IRL job is spent listening to video game soundtracks and other genres of music. Little fun fact for the curious. I played in high school band and was involved in college band and choir, so music, whether playing it or listening to it, has been a part of my soul for a long time. And of course, Pokemon is a series that has a lot of banger soundtracks. Whether that be soundtracks from the mainline games, spin-offs, or the anime, the music is the music of not only my childhood, but also the music that motivates me to keep pushing forward, keep going through my goals. With all of that said, leads me to the reason why this YouTube channel exists. Without the franchise, I wouldn't feel comfortable about making videos and talking about the game that I love. I know originally this channel was a general Nintendo channel, but to be honest, I always intended this channel to be about Pokemon. The majority of my knowledge base and my connection is to that franchise. And the games are legitimately my favorite things to replay and play through. So now that we are embarking on this grand journey of making Pokemon content, I couldn't be happier with taking this channel in this direction. I just hope you all can see all the love I have with the videos coming in the future. Whether it is multiple playthroughs of different mainline games, or playing spin-offs, just showcasing knowledge through doing quizzes, the ideas, love I have for what we are about to do is super deep. I am so ready to showcase everything I hope you all are ready. Anyway, I think that is about it for this video. This took a while to get together. From collecting different clips from different games, compiling all of my Pokemon cards that I can find, at least the cool ones, to scripting out and editing what I wanted to say. It was a process, but at the very least, now, you know the reason why I became a Pokemon fan and why this franchise, above all others, that any game company has released, means the absolute world to me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video and want to come back, find yourself coming back on the regular, hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're new. Share the video. I cannot wait for this new adventure we're about to go on, and I will see you tomorrow for Pokémon Legends Z-A. Bye-bye, everyone!